Mike Face. Haha.
Yeah. Snotty nosed little boy, dirt on clothes, no toys. Rags of riches was the story that my mother wrote for me. Hip hop, punk rock, was a rebel like a Confederate. 8 years older, but the struggle, I'm a veteran. Used to rock out the Aerosmith and DMC. 8 years before I tried to be an MC. On the chords couldn't play, but on keyboards I would say those ebony and ivories were my only way. High school didn't show, except for science class where we would flow. Bang a beat on the table, they say stop, we say no. Princess Anne burnt down to Cali, I moved. San Diego, Simi Valley, that's 3 high schools. On foot or skateboards, I was always on the grind. To Ease Pad, where we all learned to rhyme. Singleton by my side, Jay Bentley to my right. Living life how we knew it, cause those were good times.
I used to vibe out in my room for hours on end, listening to different MCs, and I picture how they live. Used to vibe out in my room for hours on end, listening to different MCs, and picture how they live. I remember
the way things used to be.
I remember
the way things used to be.
Do you remember
the way things used to be?
I remember
living foolishly.
I remember
the way things used to be.
Do you remember
the way things used to be?
I remember
the way things used to be.
Do you remember
living foolishly?
Shit's different now. The world is much more wild from when we used to backspin on ice cold tiles. Some broke kids from the suburbs trying to learn to be men, but we were raised by each other in these summers of sin. I got love for my mother, all the heart that she gives, but I don't think she understood how hard it was fitting in. I used to walk home from school, bumping my Walkman, listen to AC alone, not pretend I was him. I remember cutting class so that I could crate dig and watching Cockney C's down at the fucking basement. The backpack of pussies, they was all on they nuts. We just sit back and laugh cause they was whack as fuck on the bus. Going to the crib, thinking about Juice battling him before Dread even heard of him. But certainly the urgency for underground cat surfacing was done perfectly for the MC rising up currently. I used to vibe out in my room for hours on end, listening to different MCs, and I picture how they live. Used to vibe out in my room for hours on end, listening to different MCs, and picture how they live. I remember
the way things used to be.
I remember
the way things used to be.
Do you remember
the way things used to be?
I remember
living foolishly.
I remember
the way things used to be.
Do you remember
the way things used to be?
I remember
the way things used to be.
Do you remember
living foolishly? I'm Mike Face, the lightweight primate that rhymes great my way. Usher, so eat ushers on my way. Remember my past cause it determines my future. History repeats itself, ask Bush and Hitler. I'm a rhyme spitter that's at my roots, uprooted from the womb to be known as the truth. Demigodz on the track and that's the truth. And if you played a part in it, I remember you.
Mike Face from the VA, moved out to Cali, made a name ripping lames at the basement in the valley. Met me, my name's E from the Lost Tribe clique. I made a name with a 6-7 bustin' nigga shit, let's ride. Broke bastard reppin' the 805 with the same pain, aim to claim your brainwaves, make you walk sideways for days.
From the what?
From the time you decided to press play. I used to vibe out in my room for hours on end, listening to different MCs, and I picture how they live. Used to vibe out in my room for hours on end, listening to different MCs, and picture how they live. I remember
the way things used to be.
I remember
the way things used to be.
Do you remember
the way things used to be?
I remember
living foolishly.
I remember
the way things used to be.
Do you remember
the way things used to be?
I remember
the way things used to be.
Do you remember
living foolishly.